Good morning, everybody. Come on in. We're looking for the truth here. You've reached the Hiking Druid channel. I'm Andrew. I seek the truth, clarity of vision, facts, just the facts. And is it possible that we have addiction to devices? I want to talk about 7 ways to see, and if so, break free. I've been thinking about this for quite a long time, and over the last several years, it seems like more and more people can't go anywhere without cell phones, iPads, watches that are turning into all these computers and things like that. They're attached to the internet at all times. So is that healthy? Most people that have ever played computer games realize they can be very addicting. But how do you know it's addicting? How do you know, how can you see if it is? And then how can we break free? Because we don't want these devices to be ruling us. We're meant to be the controller or the ruler over these devices. We make them serve us, right? So that's what I want to talk about, and let's get right to it. One of the things to look for is if you're constantly thinking about them. If the first thing you do in the morning is to check your devices, then there's a sign that you might be addicted to it. Here's how you can find out about that. First of all, this is going to be pretty strange sounding to a lot of folks. I never go anywhere where I bring my cell phone unless I'm traveling a long distance, then it's best to bring it with you, or if you're going to stay somewhere for a few days. But I never bring one hiking with me. If I do bring it, I don't bring it. I just don't bring it. I don't need to. If it's really important, they can leave a message if somebody tries to call me on the phone, and I'll answer it when I get home. That way, you need to think about it. They track us. They can track us. They can track us. I'm not saying everybody's tracked. That would be silly, but they gather your traveling information in order to advertise to us. They gather our spending, where we're going for lunch. They do all this through those cell phones. So another reason to leave it at home. But anyway, if you want to see if you're addicted to it, leave it at home one day, the whole day. Shut it off and leave it at home. And count how many times you think about it. Maybe even keep a little journal in a little, like a little handheld notebook. Little notebook you could put right in your pocket, maybe where you usually put the phone, and just do a hash mark, like a tick, or every time you think about it. Whoosh, might be surprising and very telling. Remember, they are supposed to serve us, but if you're thinking about it all the time and you're getting nervous, you might have addiction. Now, that's not the end of the world, because we can break that. If you can go a whole day without it, then go 3 days without it, then go 5 days, a whole week. I'm not saying never check it. I'm just saying don't bring it everywhere with you. But if you really want to see if you're addicted to it, shut it off. Even if you're not going anywhere, shut it off. Now, if there's 2 or 3 people that normally get in touch with you right away, because I've seen how, because everyone brings it with them everywhere, they instantly get a answer. So let them know that you're doing this, that you've been spending too much time on it, and you want to see if it's a real problem or not, and you're going to start weaning yourself off it. And there's no reason really to have it with you at all times. If you find yourself making if you have a lot of reasons why you need to bring it with you, that's also a sign, just a sign of addiction, because you use excuses to get what you're addicted to. Even when you've set a goal not to use it for a day or 3 or a week. So because it usually takes 2 weeks to break an addiction, after you've gone a day, after you've gone a week, go for 2 weeks. Then at the end of those 2 weeks, you're not going to find you're so quick to bring it everywhere with you, and you won't be thinking about it all the time. So, so they're spying on us? Yes, possible. Likely. They do gather a lot of information on us. So that's one other way of saying it. Yet we will not wean ourselves from them. That's kind of strange. Let this potential addiction be a grave warning against the permanent implants they soon will be pushing. I mean, they're doing a lot of scientific research on how to do this, and they've actually implanted quadriplegics and stuff with it, with this technology, but they're hinting about, oh, how convenient would it be if you didn't even have to bring your phone? We just put an implant into your brain stem. Does that sound far out? It isn't. It's actually researched right now. That way, though, when that happens, you won't be able to choose to leave it at home. You'll constantly be spied on, or all your information will be gathered, even your thoughts. So this is important, to leave your cell phone at home. Maybe we could have a leave your cell at home day, or leave your devices at home day. Just shut it off. We disenthrall ourselves, which means don't be a slave to it. A day is a start, like I said. Then you'll see you can do it. We disentangle our lives from the devices, from the AI, artificial intelligence, that's watching a lot of this stuff. And that's really not far out. I mean, they're really doing a lot of AI research, and the AI on these supercomputers is watching and learning and studying our habits. Now, they say it's for businesses to utilize, in order to know people's habits, to base their advertising on it. Well, sure, that could be a part of it. So do we serve them, or do they serve us? Very important to figure out the difference. I'm also thinking of writing a book. I have for a long time, about cell phone etiquette. Just think about this. I'll throw this in on this talk, because it can help you to see how addicted you are. Just a few short years ago, some of these things were thought of as very rude, because they are very rude. And the only reason that people don't think about it is perhaps, and I'm just saying maybe, they're so addicted to these devices, they don't want to admit just how rude it is. It's rude to use cells at meals, whether you're home with your family. Not only is it rude, but you're missing out on your loved ones. I see people, at a lunch break, none of them are talking to each other, unless it's to hold up the phone and say, look at this funny meme. And, oh boy. Now, obviously things change. That's fine. I love change when it makes something better. But if you're getting addicted, that's not making anything better. It's rude to text others at a restaurant. If someone, okay, it's also dangerous to carry these EMF emitting mechanisms in your pants pocket, unless you want to guarantee that you won't have children in your future, because it can really do a lot of harm. And some of these phones have very powerful pulses coming out of them. Shut phones off or do not bring them when you're on a date. If someone's taking you out to dinner or someone's taking you out to a movie, you shouldn't be checking your phone every 5 minutes. It's rude. See? And there's many more things, but I'm not going to go into all of it, but we need to know cell phone etiquette. Maybe I'll make a bigger list and do a separate video for that. But so now you see how you can test whether you are addicted to devices. You know, computer games. If you say, I'm going to sit down here and play a computer game for an hour or so, and then 4 or 5 hours have gone and you still want to play more, but you're like getting bleary-eyed and you can't concentrate, that's a sign of addiction. Besides the fact you shouldn't be sitting for 5 hours straight. You should get up every hour and do some stretches and walk around, get more water, drink more water, go for a walk every couple of hours. Don't sit around for 5 hours straight. It's terrible. It's not the way we're designed. Our bodies are designed for movement, and toxins can build up if you're sitting still. And what else are you doing? Probably mowing on some snacks, drinking soda, and doing nothing to burn off those calories. So it's dangerous for your health if you stop being aware of the risk of addiction. Now, you don't need to be paranoid about it. Just do these little experiments that I've mentioned, and you'll be able to see. And then, again, with a video game or a computer game or whatever you want to call them, if you find that you have to play it every single day, then what you need to do is not play it for a day. See how much you're thinking about it. Maybe also keep a log, like I talked about with the cell phone. Any kind of device you can do that with. Remember, they're supposed to serve us. We should not be a slave to them. And you don't need to escape daily. You just don't need to. A lot of times you get a lot done if you're not using these devices all the time. Now look, I'm making this on a device, okay? I'm not I'm big time pro computer, but they need to be serving us. They're amazing. It's like the internet has opened, I'm a writer, and as a writer I have to do a lot of research, and I used to have to go to a library, and then maybe I have to go to another library or get them to borrow a book from a university library that I couldn't get to or something like that. And it could take a long time to get the information that I was seeking. Now, you go on the internet, you do a search, and you have like thousands of libraries potentially at your fingertips. So, yes, I love the modern conveniences, but again, we need to remember, we need to be moving, we need to be making healthy choices for some kind of moderate exercise and food where you don't want to sit there with the bag and you're playing the game and you just sit there with a whole bag of chips and eat it. You know, pour some of those chips into a little bowl. I am a health coach, so I have a lot of these. Take a handful of the chips, put it in the bowl, put the bag in the cupboard away, and just you're going to eat those chips while you're playing the video game for an hour. Set a timer. The timer goes off, the console goes off, the device goes off, right? These are ways you can take back your control. We need to be able to break free if we find ourselves getting hooked on these things. And let me tell you, the rot it can do to your brain to do repetitive gaming for hours on end can be just as damaging and mind-numbing as doing many drugs all the time, every single day for that long, or drinking yourself into a stupor every day for that many hours. The permanent brain damage is a definite fact that you need to be aware of. You're also damaging your eyes if you're staring at those screens for too long. So you need to get outside and get some sun, which is very healing for your eyes, your retinas, your pupils, even the optic nerve. And as I've spoken about in some other videos, the pineal gland actually gets cleansed by the sunlight. So you need to get out. You make vitamin D through your skin from the sun. Okay, so that expression, you've got prison pallor, which is more and more common with people because they spend so much time inside on these devices. The TV is the most addicting of all the devices, and so I've kind of saved it for the end. I don't watch TV except for once in a while I will watch like an hour tops at a time. And that might be twice a week. Yeah. So you can wean yourself off. You can break free. You can break these addictions. It was designed to be very addicting. Escapism can be addicting. It doesn't have to be. None of these devices need to be addicting. But we need to say, no longer will this, fill in whatever device you might find is intrusive into your life. And I no longer am going to use this as often. I get to choose. I have free will. That's the way I'm created. I have free will. I'm going to choose. I'm putting my foot down. I will not be a slave to this TV. Turning it off for a day. Turning it off for a week. 2 weeks. Break it. I haven't had a habit of TV watching 15, 20 years since I stopped. And it's freed me up to be creative, to make these videos, to build my relationship with Holy Spirit and Papa, as I've talked about in a lot of other videos. You can go and watch those. But thanks for watching. I'll wrap this up. Addiction to devices is a definite challenge that we need to be aware of. Okay? If you enjoyed this, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Subscribe. It helps for more people to see these videos. And I'd appreciate that. Check out the link right below this video, and you can get yourself a free guide that will show you some ways that you can get natural plants that are all around us, and teach you how to make a strong immune system so that we can stay strong and not get sick and protect our families from illness. It's so important. Check that out. And you'll also get my free newsletter, which comes out about once a month. And that way we can keep in touch as I get more information for you folks. And you can let me know about any ideas that you have or questions. And the best way would be to get that, click that link right below. And also right below that first link is a second link for my Give, Send, Go fundraiser. And there's a bio. If you click that, check out the bio and see what, some of my challenges are that I'm trying to overcome. With your help, your prayers, your support, we're going to do this. Get that vehicle like I mentioned. Got to get some kind of wheels going so I can do my prayer walk all over the place again. Do the outreach that I do to help folks. And also to get that permaculture learning center up and rolling. So thanks for watching. I love you. We can all take more control of our lives and our devices, and we make them serve us, and we are free, because we're battling so hard right now for freedom. About 90%, 95% in the spirit world, and we are taking it back. We are protecting our kids. We are proclaiming our sovereignty, which breaking addictions is part of that, and also going out and helping folks, helping each other, and getting more exercise, and building up our immune system, and cleansing our blood and our pineal gland. All this stuff, it all ties together. See how you're starting to take these different parts of your life, but they're all interconnected. And then as you're cleaning up the pineal gland and getting more positive and helping more people, then we're also going out and finding out the commonality that we have with our neighbors, with our family, with people we didn't think we had much in common with. And that is the Great Awakening. So that is what is going on right now. And we need to be very cautious, not paranoid, cautious about how much mesmerizing. And the TV is actually, the television was designed as a propaganda weapons system. That's what it was designed for. Go and do some research into the history of television. It was a military system designed expressly to bring propaganda into the most households. Radio was an experiment in that direction, and then television was much more mesmerizing because of the flash, which all these devices do. Very fast flash. Do a little research into it. Don't trust me. Do some research. I've done thousands and thousands of hours of research into all these topics that I share with you folks. So, and it's my pleasure to do it. As a writer, I'm a researcher by nature, and like getting to some of my videos I've done about how important it is to know about the meaning of words, and you can go check some of those other videos out if you are interested in that sort of thing, and getting to what's real and what's fake. And yeah, it's fine. Like I say, it's fine to go and do some of those escape things, but make sure it's not half your life, because life is meant to be enjoyed. And the reality is, it's a lot more good people out there than the bad people that are on the drama queen news systems. Okay, so I'm going to get going. Thanks for watching. God loves you. I love you. Take care. We are born to be free. We are not born to be addicted to devices. Let's start doing those experiments to see how we can break free. I love you. You're the apple of Papa's eye, God's eye. He loves you. The creator of all things loves you. And me. It's exciting. I think it is. It's amazing. It's the true meaning of the word awesome. That the creator of everything says you're the apple of his eye. All right? I'll see you soon. Thanks for watching. Bye.